December is Worldwide Food Service Safety Month. It aims to emphasize keeping food safe and cooking it properly. More than 200 diseases are spread through the food we eat. Well, to talk about that particular subject, I'm joined by food expert Dr. Lucia Analich via Skype. Doctor, thanks very much indeed for talking to us. Any particular reason why December marks Food Safety Month? Presumably, it's because a lot of celebratory eating is perhaps done in this month.
Yes, good evening. Yes, generally when you have hotter months, you will have more food safety issues. So December being our typical summer holiday time, there might be some instances where food safety becomes problematic.
It's common to take it for granted, isn't it, that any raw food bought from a retailer is already well sanitized, and perhaps we get a bit complacent on washing food, you think?
Yes. The premise that we work with when it comes to food safety is that the produce and products on the market that the consumer would purchase are in fact safe to consume. And it is important that the consumer also understands that food safety is basically a three-pillar process. You have the industry, you have the regulators, and then you have the consumers. And all of us take responsibility when it comes to food safety.
So no doubt, we talked about December earlier on. People will be visiting very busy restaurants and takeouts. Are there things to look out for when purchasing food to ensure that your food is indeed clean at these outlets?
It's very difficult to notice when a food product or food on a plate is unsafe, because spoilage you can taste or you can smell, and spoiled products don't necessarily mean that they are unsafe for human consumption. But when it comes to food safety, the food poisoning bacteria that could potentially be in the food, or perhaps in some cases viruses, you would not know that by looking at the food or tasting it or even smelling it. And that's where the dilemma comes in.
But can I ask you, Doctor, does South Africa have a good track record when it comes to sanitized environments commercially, just compared to other countries?
In general, yes. We have many large food manufacturers in South Africa, many multinationals. They all follow international rules. A number of our restaurant outlets as well understand and are fully conversant with food safety. There are also a number of food safety auditing companies that do audit restaurants, particularly the restaurant chains, to make sure that their food hygiene practices in the kitchen are in fact correct and according to whatever the food safety requirements of that restaurant chain would be.
But nevertheless, you still hear of those cases. Let's talk about the morning after. The best remedy for food poisoning, what would it be?
The best remedy is really to seek medical help as soon as possible, because it might be something that is self-limiting, that could pass within a day or two, but it could be something more serious. So sometimes it's better to seek medical help as soon as possible before one starts to dehydrate. And also if it's a child, then they have a better chance of becoming ill further because of food poisoning. And of course the elderly as well are also particularly vulnerable.
All right, it certainly is a subject we've got to take very seriously. Dr. Lucia Analich, food expert there. Thanks very much indeed for talking to us.